Hello traders, I hope you're doing good. It's been a while since I have done the sit down video, and if you haven't watched my last video, I posted the update on my life, where I am, what's been happening. So if you haven't watched it and you would like to know what's been happening, then please go and watch my previous video. It's going to be somewhere in here linked if you want to press on it. Today's video is all about the 5ers programs. So the 5ers have launched new programs since this year, March 2023. Since then, things also have changed a little bit in other programs. So today I'm going to give like a brief outlook on the programs, which is Hypergrowth, High Stakes and Bootcamp. Hopefully after watching this you will know exactly which program to go for, and I want to be very clear that my favorite program is still Hypergrowth. It's just like there's no better program out there. Hypergrowth is the way to go. Hypergrowth is the way to go. Okay. So let's start with program number one, which is Hypergrowth. That is what I am trading, but however, I'm trading it in an old way. So if you want to know how my program works, you probably need to go back into videos and see how instant funding works. But anyhow, so the Hypergrowth offers you 3 accounts. You can get 10K, 20K or 40K. However, that is what you are applying for. When you will start to trade, then you're, for example, applying for 10K, you will start on 5K, and that 5K is like an evaluation account. It is evaluation, but at the same time it is kind of not, because what happens is from the trade one, 50% of the profit that you make, it's yours to keep, but you can only withdraw it when you reach your first target of 10%. And then what happens, you double your accounts until you reach 4 million account. So the leverage that Hypergrowth offers is 1 to 30, but we do have a margin of 3 for metals and margin of 4 for indices. And what that means is your leverage is 3 times less for gold and silver if you want to trade, and it is 4 times less if you want to trade indices. Yes, it is quite small, but at the same time it's doable. You can trade indices, you can trade gold. Obviously just your risk exposure has to be smaller, and if you're scalping and want to risk a lot, then 1 to 30 leverage is not going to be enough with margin of 3 or 4. The next thing that I like about Hypergrowth is that there's no restriction. So you can trade news, you can hold over the weekends. If you're holding indices over the weekend, please go and check asset specifications, because swap over the weekend is big. And scaling plan is one of the best scaling plans in industry, hands down, or hands on hearts. I don't know how to say hands down. Hands down. The best scaling plan, because literally what you do is as soon as you reach 10%, you double your account. And the max funding is 4 million. 4 mega million. It's huge. It's a big account. 4 million is crazy big. So anyhow, that's why I think the Hypergrowth is the best, because from day one, you start to earn money, you scale your account, and you can go from 5K to 4 million. Obviously, it's a long road. Yeah, and just to look at the scaling plan, you can see why I'm saying this is the best scaling plan in industry, because it really is. You double your account until you get to 4 million. And it's not only doubling account, it's also increasing your payout. So that's really, really great to see. Now let's talk about Bootcamp. The Bootcamp hasn't really changed, and I said that in my last video as well. And they changed their instant funding. The only thing that wasn't changed was the Bootcamp. So the Bootcamp still stays the same. So the Bootcamp is really only program that hasn't changed, but we do have a little change, and that change is in daily pause. So once you get funded, you will get the you will get the daily pause. So what that means is the same as Hypergrowth. If you are having a very bad day, you're losing 3%, all your trades will close down, you will be locked out of your account, and you will gain access to account next day midnight. And I think again, this is a good thing. This is not to restrict the traders. This is a good thing, because the risk management team, first of all, they're trying to protect their own capital, but again, they're also trying to protect you, to protect the trader. So if you're having a bad day, just stop, and they will force you to stop trading. So yeah, that's the only change about Bootcamp. Everything stays the same. Still 3 phases, so you need to finish the 3 challenges. It's low fee. Okay, there's another change though. They have now included 250K Bootcamp, so you can choose between 100K Bootcamp or 250K. And I think that's it. And my least favorite is High Stakes. I honestly don't like it, but I mean, it's a good program for some. So High Stakes, high risk. right? And I mentioned this before, that I loved about the 5ers. When they launched this program, they said, this is high risk, this is for more experienced traders. Why? Because we are offering higher leverage. And that's really very scary to know that, you know, you can really over risk and yeah, get in trouble. But yeah, oh, well, let's talk about it. So the high stakes have some rules. So the first, I think I would say most confusing rule is that traders don't understand is that you cannot trade high impact news. So what does that mean is when there's high impact news, which is if you go to the Forex factory and you check the red folders only, if there is high impact news, you cannot trade 2 minutes before and 2 minutes after. So what that means is you cannot execute new orders. If you have limit orders and if you get triggered within that window of 2 minutes before and 2 minutes after high risk, high impact news, your account may be terminated. And now listen to me, I'm saying may because that doesn't mean it will be. So risk management team will run through your trades the way you took them, and normally it happens when you get funded. So then they will go back and they will look how the traders were putting the risk on when it was high impact news. So what the risk management team doesn't want to see is when you put a high risk, and I mean way higher. So let's say you trade 1 lot and then suddenly on news you're like using 5 lots. That's not okay. And most likely your account will be flagged because rules say you do not execute trades 2 minutes before and 2 minutes after. But what you can do, for example, you have been in a swing trade, swing position, and you want to close your trade within those 2 minutes before, 2 minutes after, or your take profit or stop loss hits within that window of the time when there's high impact news. So that is absolutely fine because that's within your plan, and that's absolutely fine. The only thing you do need to keep in mind is that there can be slippage, and I have a brutal slippage experience with GJ because you know how GJ behaves when the bank steps in, right? Bank of Japan. It is wild. So I have been slipped, and slippage is completely normal when it happens on the news, not normal when it happens on daily basis.
Not pointing fingers. Should I cut it out? I probably should. Anyhow.
If you're trading high impact news and you're putting higher risk on it, then your account may be flagged. So that's the only thing about the high stakes program. So you need to be mindful when you're trading the news. And other than that, it's 2-phase program. Phase 1, phase 2, you get funded. There's bigger splits, bigger funding straight away available, but still hyper growth for the win. Hyper growth for the win. But I do want to mention one thing is that high stakes offer 5K accounts, which is $39. And $39 is a good kind of starting point when you're just like getting into prop firms and you want to try out. So I think if you want to test, like if you want to go and test 5ers, then it's a good thing to use that 5K high stakes account because it's cheap, it's $39, and you can just practice and you can see, you know, the feel, you can see the spreads, you can see the swaps and all that kind of stuff, how the platform works, execution time, and yeah, and basically like test it. So that's the only really plus thing about that high stakes program. If you are a serious trader and you want to have the funding with the 5ers, then please go for hyper growth. And if, shameless plug-in here, if you want to get a 5% discount, a cheeky discount, like I always say, cheeky discount, you can go in the description below, press on my affiliate link. If you click on it, you will get 5%. However, only for the traders who sign up for the first time. If you haven't signed up for the 5ers before, only then you get 5% discount. And yeah, that's my cheeky plugin done. Shameless. Shameless plugin. And that's a wrap for this video. So the next one, I feel like I need to let you know what the next one is because then I'm like, I need to do it because I told you I need to do it then. So next one, it's a big one. I'm still scared. Oh, sorry, I touched the mic, I'm sorry. So I'm still scared to put this out there because like, I just love these sit down videos where you just see me, my office, and nothing else. But the next video is going to be a day in a life of full-time trader, full-time mum, and a full-time job in the prop firm. Because for those who don't know, I am now employed by The5ers. I am a community manager. I'm managing their Discord, and it is fantastic community. Obviously, I'm saying that because I'm a leader of community, but I truly believe that is a great community. We have so many good traders in there, and I am like a proud mum of all those traders because we have so many good things. We have book club, accountability group, we have coffee with trader calls twice a day live, and we have so many things. Like, we connect with the team, we connect with CEO, the founder, the risk management team, we connect with trader pool CEO. It's just such a good place. Okay, I'm gonna zip it, stop. I'm gonna stop talking, and I will ask you, please guys, if you enjoy the content, if you enjoyed the videos that I'm making, if you would like to see more of me, my journey, what am I up to, and all that kind of fluff, then please keep on watching and wait for the next video, which is going to be Saturday. So anyhow, take care. I hope you're doing good. No. This is not how I end. Normally I say this. If you enjoyed this video, please consider just subscribing to the channel, liking the video. I'm so bad at this, but as I always say, use proper risk management, take care, and I will see you in the next one. I'm out.